Remember, there can only be two.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Always Two There Are, our Star Wars podcast hosted by yours truly, Vader, Contagion, my co-host with me today, the Raging Ren.
What's up?
And today we will discuss Jedi Fallen Order,
Yes.
the new Star Wars video game that came out. And we can't wait because I've played this game for like 4 days straight.
We both finished it. Opening weekend,
Yes.
I guess if you want to call it that.
Opening day.
For some people.
We'll
Some
get,
people.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah, we'll get into that. So the first 5 minutes we'll just discuss the game, like non-spoilers. We'll just talk about how, like, what we thought of the game and just give a small little review, and then we'll dive into like the whole story of the game and like everything about it. We have it broken down to every like level of the game, and I can't wait. So yeah, so the first one is going to be our thoughts on what should we cover first? Just the
Just overall, I guess, maybe
overall
story
thoughts.
gameplay.
Yeah, story gameplay.
How'd you like the story?
I love the story. Again, no spoilers for this first part, but it's like if you love Star Wars, you're gonna love this game. Like, there's a lot of cool things that happen, and you get to play as a Jedi. So, like, you know, the last time we could do that was Force Unleashed, and that's not canon anymore.
Yeah.
So, it was really fun to play, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't put the controller down.
Yeah. The gameplay or the fundamentals of being Cal and using the lightsaber and the Force abilities that you unlock as you play the story.
And the story
is really fun.
Works with the gameplay too. Like, you're unlocking things like as you progress through the story, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we thought like the acting was amazing. We thought everything was really well done. The music's great.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the documentary of how they made it. Like, I got the deluxe edition, so you get all that extra stuff.
Oh, I have to watch that.
And it's just, it boggles my mind how many people come together to make one game, and they've been working on it for 4 years, and they do deserve like the recognition, like all of them. I think they said there was like 140 people, which started from like 30 people, and it's amazing how every component of the game can come together and just make one like cohesive story / game, and they all accent one another. It's genius in my head.
And I think that's a popular opinion. I think most of the people that I see that are playing it are really enjoying it and saying that it's one of the best, if not the best, Star Wars game.
Yeah.
I'm just comparing it to, canon-wise, Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
It came out a couple years ago. And, I played Force Unleashed 1 and 2 when they came out. But there's really nothing like this game. It's the Star Wars of Tomb Raider and Uncharted and, like, The Last of Us and, you know, single-player adventure puzzle kind of games.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every second of playing it. The story was amazing, in my opinion. Most of the characters who I didn't think I would be so interested and so attached with.
Yeah.
Like, they did a good job with that.
Honestly, the supporting characters almost outshine Cal.
It's
just because
their backstory
you played
and
as
everything.
Cal mostly, so you're just, I guess, used to him.
Yeah.
So you don't get that. But the supporting characters help him, and they also help him.
Like, right off the bat, it probably, helps that right off the bat, kind of Cal's story, at least. He's a surviving Padawan from Order 66, and he's kind of on his own, doing his thing on Braca.
Yeah.
And he basically gets forced into this hunt, or I don't even know how you want to put it, but try to keep it as, without any spoilers right now. But yeah,
that's pretty much the basic what we thought of it. Like, if you love Star Wars, definitely worth a purchase. If you play Battlefront 2, it's totally different from Battlefront. Like, we love Battlefront 2, but it's totally different from Battlefront 2. I love this story way more than I love the story from Battlefront 2. It's longer. Like, the campaign is longer. There's more to explore.
Yeah. And
there's just cool things that are in the game that, like, it's Star Wars, and it's another addition to like our canon universe now that we have, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, I second that.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty much it for our non-spoiler review. Again,
there's just so much to talk about that we'd have to spoil the story.
Yeah, exactly. So if you didn't buy the game yet, or if you didn't play the game, or if you don't know what's going to happen, definitely go away and come back.
Or if you don't want to buy the game and you just want to listen
to the story, that's what we're going to be talking about. So that's also
you're in the right place.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can look up the scenes later, because they're all on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
If you're on YouTube or Twitter, you probably got spoiled already. So
yeah.
That's why I wanted to beat the game in the first day. I played the game from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. the next morning. So it was like, that's like 13 hours or something.
Yeah,
I'm insane. But my PS4 did not shut off in those 13 hours. Anyway, I did have dinner though, so it's not like I'm an animal or anything.
When did you start?
Like 11 a.m. and then I finished like 2 a.m.
You picked up the game?
I picked up the game at my local retailer store. And then that was at like 10:20. I came back, installed it. That took like 20, 30 minutes, not that long.
No.
And then, so around 11. Like I don't know exactly when I started, but it was like around 11. So I'm just rounded off to 11, and then I got off at like around 2.
Yeah, I picked it up late Thursday night, on the way home from work. But I was, so exhausted. I just downloaded. Actually, no, I didn't even download the game. I waited till Friday morning. I was off all weekend, so
you just touched Cal's face on the cover.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
I'll see you in the morning.
Put him next to me on my pillow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched episode 2 of The Mandalorian while it was being downloaded.
Yeah.
So, and then I played Friday, Saturday, and beat it Sunday.
And we haven't even talked about The Mandalorian on a podcast yet. We'll save that. We're probably going to do like a mid-season Mandalorian thing, and then like a end of the season we're trying to get together with another Star Wars fan too to try to do something like that. But we'll not talk about that today. We're just talking about Fallen Order.
Yeah, we didn't really want to do an episode by episode podcast for The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We're going to do like like you said, like either mid-season or a big finale.
Especially because there's so much
episode
coming out. Like this came out with the second episode of Mandalorian. We got 2 big Star Wars content in the same day. So yeah. So let's get into the story. Spoilers, warning, last warning. Here we go. Game starts off on Bracca. It's a shipbuilding planet. Like a scrapping. So they were builders or engineers, and then they became scrappers once the Empire took over.
Yep.
And you meet this guy, Prof. He's an Abonito, which is a new species created in like the sequel trilogy. And he's friends with Cal. First of all, the band in the begining, love it. It's like very Star Wars, rocky.
That's right, yeah.
But you also hear it later in the story.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was a interesting way to start off. I was like, it kind of brought me into Star Wars. Like, oh, this is Star Wars. Like this is new. We haven't like heard that kind of before. Other than like maybe Clone Wars or something. But so yeah, and then what got me? So you're Cal. You're told by your boss, who's like a droid, to go, fix something on a
very dangerous
ship.
Area of the ship.
Needs 2 workers, and Cal's like, yeah, we'll get double the pay. Or something.
Prop's like, oh yeah, we'll get double the pay.
Yeah.
We're just going to the roof. Very high winds.
It's not like we're gonna, nothing's gonna happen to us.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen to us.
So they go up there, and then they're like on the ship for like forever because they see a Jedi starfighter up there crashed,
that's right.
Which that hooked me right away.
Yeah.
And Prof was like, "Oh man, it's a Jedi starfighter! Like I heard about these legends. When did the Jedi disappear? Like 4 years ago?" And then Cal's like, "No, 5." So that line got me.
Yeah.
Because Cal has, that day hasn't left Cal at all, as we see later in the story.
Oh, absolutely. Probably the most traumatizing day of his life.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And it told you, the audience, immediately like when this takes place.
Yeah.
Because we heard rumors that it was 5 years, but then originally when they announced it, I thought it was just going to be like right after. Yeah. But this makes sense because for most of the levels, the Empire is already mostly built and like has their facilities on planets, so you couldn't really do that with like a game like just after Order 66.
Yeah, true.
Plus, it adds to his character. He's been hiding his true identity for 5 years.
Right.
And they see the Lucre Hulk separatist ship, the one that Anakin blows up in Episode 1.
Yep.
That's coming down. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's right. They're like, yeah, it's a classic or
Yeah.
something like that. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah. I love Brock is so cool, and the Iblis Maw is the creature. We thought it was a Sarlacc at first, but
Yeah, we did.
it's
It kind of did look like that
yeah, it eats the ships.
in the trailer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they chop up the ships with like machinery,
Mhm.
and then it cuts the ships in half, and then they drop them in the Iblis Maw, which is very very cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just using, like, I'm pretty sure, what are they? They're just breaking down the ships to use the parts to build new ships.
probably, honestly, I don't even know if they drop the rest of the stuff in the Iblis Maw. Maybe they're just destroying them, or they're probably just using them for maybe Star Destroyers, because we know Star Destroyers are being built on Corellia, so we don't know if
Right.
like this is just a scrapbook. Like
Could be just for the material.
maybe it's just like materials are just
Melt it all.
shipwrecked. Like they're
Yeah.
just the Emperor's like, nah, I'm just destroying these Venators. I don't.
Yeah, we just need a garbage chute,
Yeah,
basically.
we'll go destroy other planets to get more material. Like,
Yeah.
we'll go mine every planet in the galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
So Braca, and then what happens is the thing breaks. The thing holding the ship, the piece of the ship that they're on, and they fall. Prof falls, but Cal uses the Force to like slow his fall. He still hits the ground, so he doesn't like stop in like midair, but he slowed his like he kind of he froze his fall like
Yep.
in a way.
Yeah.
From that's his power.
He
That's Cal's power.
Cushioned his fall.
Yeah, he cushioned his fall. And then Prof knows, because like he knows about the Jedi. And he's
Yeah.
like, I know that was the Force. Like, and then Cal's like, shut up, like
Yeah.
stop talking.
Yeah.
And oh, that got me, because it was so real. Like, it felt so real. I love Prof immediately, and
Loved.
he was that's insane. That's intense. So that happens, and then you get on the train, and he says, oh, Tappers is my friend, whatever, he owes me a favor or something, so I'm just gonna get my bag and then go with him, and then
Yeah.
we'll meet on like Narshada or something. I think they said Narshada. Narshada, yeah. I think that's Smuggler's Moon from the Star Wars comic.
It is. It was also in the Force Unleashed.
Oh, cool. Oh, it was, yeah.
It was
yeah.
that Ram Koda was.
Oh, so
at,
that
I'm pretty sure.
probably it's probably the there's a lot of references to that.
It's a nod,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
that was cool.
The probe droid is what.
That's probably what, because there was a probe droid looking at them as they were falling.
Yeah.
So that's probably what saw like
Yeah.
Prof like stopping midair with Cal's hand
Yeah.
reached out, and that's why the stormtroopers enter the train and they're like looking for people, and then like even before that, Cal is like drifting off on the train and then wakes up.
Yeah.
People are disappearing, which is creepy. I thought it was like a glitch in the game at first, and then it turned around and like you're like it looked like an Imperial hallway, like a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
But it's Republic.
Yep.
And the klaxons are
Yep.
going off, which are the sirens, and you don't know what that means at first, but that's
Yeah.
he's remembering Order
Reliving.
66,
Yep.
which
yep.
is so cool. Like I only got
I-
that after I played it again.
I love the transitions, and like you turn around and then you turn back
Yeah.
and you're in a completely different like.
It kind of reminds me of Batman Arkham Knight. You
Yeah.
did that, and you kind of like had a jump scare like in those games, but
Cal's
so you
got-
turn around and
Cal's got a lot of trips. A lot of them are like really awesome
Yeah.
visions.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, he survives that trip, and he wakes up to a bunch of stormtroopers stormtroopering their way on the train. They're like, everyone get off, and then you see the purge troopers, and Cal just looks at one,
yep.
like, bro, stop being obvious.
Yeah.
And then he's like stops his tracks, looks at one, and then keeps going, and then second sister and ninth sister come out and looking baller as ever.
They were that was quick.
Yeah.
Were they
Yeah.
on planet?
I don't
Someone
know.
had to have dispatched, like, they had to have been. Why would they?
Dispatch another Inquisitor to hunt them down?
Why would they be on Braca?
I don't know. Maybe they were near. Maybe there was. They're probably not the like nearest, because like it ties to Seer's story.
I know.
That Inquisitor. So
I know.
if that was the case, then that would be too much of a coincidence. So
Yeah.
like maybe she knows that. I don't know how.
Either way, yeah, you're introduced. You see the second sister and the ninth sister. All the workers are lined up, and gentlemen, one of you betrayed the Empire.
Director Krennic all over again on Edu. Literally, that scene is like perfectly mirrored.
Yeah. Yep.
It's crazy, and it's raining too.
Yeah.
And then Prof comes up, and he's kind of like just bashing the Empire.
Yeah.
Saying, we're nothing to you.
Yeah, we were something,
Yeah.
We had significance. We were engineers.
Yeah.
Now we're just
Scrappers.
slaves.
Yeah.
Scrappers. Scavengers.
And we mean nothing. We have no value. And
Yeah.
she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what she says. But,
You're so right.
yeah. She Kylo's him right in the stomach.
Yep.
Right in the chest with one of her blades on her double-sided lightsaber. And Cal screams no, which is so sad. And then ignites his lightsaber, which I guess he's had all the time on him.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
I guess so.
But also so risky, because Kanan didn't even do that. Like, Kanan never had his lightsaber on him.
It was broken down.
It was broken down.
Yeah.
But he has... So he's got his lightsaber in his bag, or his just like in his coat or something, because he pulls it out. Ignites it, and clashes with the second sister, just, with her other blade now.
Yeah.
Her other blade is still stuck inside Prof.
Yep.
With her other blade clashing Cal's lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then I think the ninth sister forces her, and then forces Cal.
Forces him, like, hanging over the edge of a cliff.
And he's kind of knocked out.
It's so funny, like, she's like, I found the Jedi. Like, you found the Jedi? Wait a minute, what? Like, we're all right here.
The ninth sister's funny, because she's kind of funny in the Vader comic, too. So
she's that snarky,
continuity,
like...
Yeah.
Especially in that one arc where she went on the mission with Vader.
Yeah.
And she's kind of just chilling, like, I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah. This guy's weird.
Yeah. But, I mean, and we'll get to the Nine Sisters. She's taking L's left and right.
Oh, yeah.
But,
maybe not permanent L's.
Maybe not permanent.
We'll
None of them are really permanent L's, but...
well, there's some permanent L's.
I was just reading I was just reading the Vader comic before, and he slashed her eye.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why he
was torturing her, I think.
Yeah.
He was torturing her with the droid, and like it took out her eye, so she has no eye, her left eye.
Yeah.
And then
so she wears those red like blinders.
Yeah. And then the sixth brother.
Yep.
Who gets taken out by Ahsoka.
Yep.
In her novel.
He lost his arm. He's
the one who cuts off her leg.
Her leg. Yep.
So you see in the game, because this is after the Vader comic, like 4 years after the Vader comic.
Yep.
She's got a prosthetic foot on her right leg, and it's red.
It's not super noticeable, but it's
like
a metallic red.
Yeah, if you look at her foot, you notice it. It would just... I love the story group. That's so cool.
Such great detail.
Yeah.
That's what I live for.
So anyway, she's got Cal, and then Cal like kind of like wakes up and drops down, and then you finally fight, and it kind of teaches you like a tutorial of how to...
Yeah.
They're just non-stop scout troopers dropping down with their batons until you learn all the moves.
I dig that though, like the moving train, and like he climbs to the roof.
Yes.
I really dig that.
And then Seer comes up. Seer Junda, former Jedi, comes in, and they're like Stinger Mantis. They just call it the Mantis, I think. And she's like, "We're here to help." And he's like, "Who are you?" And then just get to the landing pad, or whatever. We'll tell you later. So he survives the train, and then I think something derails, and then he falls on on like a pad, and the second sister follows him. Then you duel the second sister, and the fighting in this game, like,
fantastic.
We'll talk about like the actual gameplay as we get to certain parts of the story.
Yep.
Fighting is so cool.
Yep.
It's really hard though if you play on like Jedi. I played on Jedi Knight, and like some of the later bosses were really hard.
It takes like the right amount of dodging and the right amount of
you have to parry too. You have to parry perfectly.
Yep.
And you have to take down their stamina. If you see on their character,
the white bar,
they have a white bar. You have to take that down before they're vulnerable to get hit.
Yep.
To actually take down their health.
Exactly.
So I didn't really know that the first time I played through story mode. I just played through story mode the first time.
Yeah.
Second time I played through it. I played as Jedi Knight.
Yeah, I probably got it like the last couple fights. I'm like, oh, this is what that's for.
I don't know.
Because she's blocking every
exactly
every one of my attacks until that bar
exactly
gets low.
The stamina's going down. But anyway, so he survives that. Seer comes in, and like they showed that in the trailer. The second sister's dodging her blaster bolts, and like
her sick 360 spin in the air,
and then slices the door, and then the next planet, which is Cal gets introduced. Seer Junda is on a mission to restore the Jedi Order. She's a former Jedi. We'll get into her story as we progress.
Yeah.
And she's Grease Dietrich.
Yep.
Is the Latero pilot. Kind of reminds me of like Italian like guy.
Yeah.
I think it's just his necklace.
He's got And it's not just the forearms. He's got a what's his name vibe about him. Oh my God, why am I blanking with Jon Favreau's character?
Oh yes. The Ardinian.
The Ardinian,
But I don't know his name. I forgot his name. Oh, so much for us being canon masters.
Oh my God. It's been a while since we've seen Solo. I'm just going to call him Tobias Beckett right now.
That's not Beckett, though. It's Jon Favreau.
I know.
Oh, that's throwing me off.
Okay, we're going to keep going, and I'm going to spit the name out when it comes to my
Yeah,
head.
exactly. So, okay, so the next planet...
We're about to lose all our viewers.
Seer Junda takes you to Bogano, which is a new planet they created for the game, which is a really cool planet. The planets in the game are very, well done, I think.
Yeah.
I just love exploring Star Wars planets.
Yeah.
And she leads you to this tomb, I believe created by the Zepho, right? Or not, it's not a tomb, it's a vault.
It is vault. The first thing they go to is a vault.
Yeah, and then that's where he meets BD-1, who's been encrypted with all these messages from Seer's master, Cordova, which is actually in the Fallen Order Dark Temple comic. Which takes place when Seer is a Padawan to Cordova.
Yep.
So he pretty much tells Cal that he's hidden a holocron with the list of Force sensitives inside the Bogano vault, and the only way to access it is to go on this journey and unlock BD's memories, and explore these tombs of ancient Zepho.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll eventually find the key to open the vault, and then he can take the holocron and rebuild the Jedi Order with the new Force sensitive list, which is really cool because in the Vader comic, Jocasta
was aware of that holocron.
And I think she actually made the list. And
that makes sense.
I read it in the databank of the game that Enor Cordova asked her about it. He told her about his vision.
I read that too.
About the Jedi coming to Doom.
Yep.
And she believed him and gave him a copy of her Jedi Force sensitive holocron list.
Awesome.
So the thing that Vader destroyed, also has another copy in that vault, which is, I love the canon.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I know.
So that's that. I guess that's pretty much that.
You don't gotta get super in depth.
Yeah.
We'll keep going here.
Takes you to Zepho, also another planet, really cool. The Empire is already on there. They're doing Project Augur, which is they're just mining the planet for ancient artifacts.
Yep.
Probably just for Sheev's obsessive weird collection.
Probably.
And then that's where you have your first flashback to your master, Jaro DePaul, Cal's master, which this guy is awesome. We got a Lasat.
Yeah.
Zeb's not the only one. Well, we know that they're all out there, but...
Yeah. In Clone Wars armor.
Yes, in Clone Wars general armor, which is the coolest thing ever. So, and you learn your Force push, which is the really cool thing about this game. When you're in the story mode and you have to do something for the story, it flashes back to you as a Padawan learning that specific move, that power, Force push, with your master, and then it flashes forward and you learn it.
You're able to do it. You've unlocked that power. I think that's a great idea.
It combines story and gameplay so well. It's so unique, I think.
You're in a training room.
Yeah, and it's so cool. It reminds me of the box episode from Clone Wars where the things are just coming out, which is really cool.
I was getting those vibes too.
Yeah. So then you explore a tomb too, and you unlock the next, pretty much clue of where to go next. There's a tomb of Isleram. He's a Zepho, and it's covered in Rocher tree wood.
Yep.
So then Cal's gotta go to Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk, yep.
So then you go to Kashyyyk.
Cordova's giving you kind of hints along the way. I guess not instructed, but BD-1 is supposed to, find the person who's or be trusted with the person.
He pretty much told BD-1 next Jedi that comes to Bogano, show him my journey and connect with him to
help
unlock
him
these memories.
finish my
rebuild
mission.
The order.
Yeah.
So we don't even know how Cordova died. He probably just got killed in Purge.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Because why would he just why didn't he just do that himself if he should have just went into hiding because he knew what was happening.
Yeah. At that point, Unless he died during the... Well, no, he probably didn't. At the point of Order 66, Sears got her own Padawan, which we'll get to that. But, yeah, we don't know where Cordova is or what he was doing.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's that. And then Cal goes to Kashyyyk, which is the level they showed in the gameplay reveal.
Yes. Yep.
So cool. I love the music on Kashyyyk, too. Like, the music that they showed off in that trailer. And you meet Saw Gerrera, which is cool, even though he looks like Forrest Whitaker's take on the character only 5 years after Revenge of the Sith, so he's aged a significant amount, or just looks different, like from his Clone Wars counterpart.
Well, yeah.
So
listen,
I mean, it's,
War on Onderon takes when you're a revolutionist, revolutionary.
Not as bad as Kenobi on Tatooine. So.
Not as bad as Kenobi on Tatooine, but
So that's
stress,
cool.
twin sons,
That's
PTSD.
cool.
It's all a factor.
Yeah. So Saw's partisans, Parderons. Saw's partisans you meet on Kashyyyk, and you are piloting an AT-AT, kind of just like Battlefront 2 campaign. You pilot AT-AT. This one looks cooler though.
Hey,
I feel like.
who are you?
Hey, who are you?
I like how you start in the water. And
was
it's the first time you got on Kashyyyk, right?
Yeah.
You start in the water, you swim, and you actually climb up a walker.
Of Origin or something. Oh, so cool.
Very cool.
The vines on the walker. That's just such a aesthetically pleasing visual, I think.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
That actually reminds me. It's probably not just me, but I put the Fallen in Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh,
you don't know how many times I've fallen off the map.
I've been watching Twitch streams recently about the game, and like a lot of people do. But it's really cool how they just respawn you there.
Yeah, no,
it's not like you die.
Super fast respawn.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna happen. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But
yeah, it really is called Fallen Jedi instead of Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So,
Fallen Jedi Order.
So anyway, Saw kind of recruits you to like free the Wookiees, to try to see if one of the Wookiees knows where Tarful is, because they're looking for Tarful to ask about Cordova, because Cordova knew him.
Chieftain.
Yeah, Chieftain Tarful, which we saw in Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
So you free the Wookiees, you fight some Purge troopers, you fight a K2SO droid. Not K2SO, but a security droid.
Yep.
And then Seer tells Cal about the Empire going back to Zepho and mining and finding a tomb. They're on Zepho already, but they actually found another tomb.
Yes.
So that takes you away from Kashyyyk. You have to go back to Zepho. And Choisik, which is the Kashyyyk, tells you that he's going to go find Tarful for you.
Yep, he'll let you know.
When he finds Tarful.
Him and some other female who I
think
forgot her name was.
Mari, I think.
Mari.
I think it's Mari or
Marin.
I think it's...
No, that's
Marin.
Marin's sister.
I think it's Mari.
Mari, yeah.
So,
but they'll keep you updated. They're gonna, because you help them out. They'll be able to, to see if they can find Tarful and get you some answers. But yeah, they go back to Zepho.
So they go back to Zepho, and then you raid the tomb of Mictrol, which is another Zepho warrior.
Yep. And
then that's when you learn your Force Pull.
One of my favorite moves.
Which it's so fun to do
satisfying.
In the game. Yeah, I tweeted it on our Twitter account. Me force pulling and then force pushing and then force pulling again and stabbing him right in the chest.
Rip that stormtrooper.
Yeah, he took a bunch of L's that one. So, and that's where you meet the second sister for the second time in the game, and she reveals her origin. And Seer told you before that she had a Padawan that was killed during Order 66.
She even dropped her name.
Called Trilla.
And turns out the second sister is Trilla.
Yeah.
And Cal even says, he's like, you're Trilla.
You're Trilla. In the flesh.
In the flesh. Yeah.
So cool. I love Trilla. I love Trilla so much.
Me too.
She's so cool.
I did not expect to get a backstory like this to the second sister.
Yeah.
And especially not having ties to Seer like that.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes Seer's character that much more
important
cool,
to the story.
Important, and but it's also heartbreaking. Her story,
that's so
the
good.
fallen Padawan. Or actually, it's not. It's just the betrayed Padawan.
Yeah, it's so well done.
It really is.
It ties everything together.
But yeah, and she's the first human Inquisitor that I just noticed that we that we know of so far. I mean, we don't.
Yeah,
we don't know what the fourth sister looks like, but everybody else,
yeah,
alien.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah.
Very.
Trilla's so cool. Her eyes are yellow. I'm
So
pretty sure.
unmasked.
'Cause
Yes.
She says her eyes. Right?
Yep.
When she saw her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, I'm not even upset that's not Barazofi.
No,
Like this
because Barazofi would be for Ahsoka, I think.
Oh yeah.
And we don't know if that ever happened.
No.
It could have. Maybe she wasn't a Inquisitor.
Headcanon right now is just that Vader offed her as soon as he could.
That's so. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
I love that. I love
That's
the
genius,
fact.
because
I
he
love the fact
destroyed
that
everything.
you know, right when Vader becomes Vader, like one of his top priorities is
killing his past.
killing his past.
Everyone in his
but
past.
but she's the reason Ahsoka left the Order.
Yeah.
So the first chance that Vader gets, I would think that she'd have a very painful death.
Yeah, I agree. So
If she survived Order
Oh,
66. She could have got Kiadi-Mundi somewhere off and...
Plo Koon.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway,
we're getting off topic. The
very
second
off topic.
sister. Trilla unmasked.
Love it. You fight her. BD1 helps you out, which
saves you, really.
BD1 is like the goat of the whole campaign.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
I love BD1. He's great. He's a great new addition.
He's got some great scenes that he helps out in.
You also find out that like there's a Zepho Astrium or Astrium that you need to unlock, which is like a key to unlock the vault.
Yep.
So that's kind of just hinted at, and then you're like in the bottom, and then you get kidnapped by bounty hunter from Sork Tormo, which is like he's like a leader of the Haxian Brood, which is I guess a crime syndicate.
Big Thor Ragnarok vibes.
Big Thor Ragnarok
Like
vibes.
Gladiator Ring.
Yeah.
You had to fight
Just
like
a bunch of animals. Yeah.
bunch of animals,
Bunch of
pretty much.
spiders,
Yeah. But
those sligs. Those like bunch of
yeah, I don't remember.
shocks.
He was given his lightsaber back. Or?
Yeah. So right before the fight, the lightsaber pops up from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And like gives it to you.
Cool.
So you fight. That's just a fighting arena, and it's because of Grease Dietrich.
Yep.
He owed money to Haxian Brood. Haxian Brood have been tracking Grease's ship for a while.
Yeah.
And then found out that he was harboring a Jedi, and then they just maybe the Jedi will that's going to be good for our gladiator ring. So kidnaps the Jedi. You fight. It's kind of just like a one-off thing. It's like just a.
It's a nice
cool
little
mission,
side thing.
Gets you away from the main story.
Take you away from the main story for a little bit.
And it's pretty short. Like if you know where to go, like the next time you play, it's a fairly short mission.
Yeah, pretty much.
So and then the Mantis saves you from them, and it's on another. It's not a planet. It's like an asteroid belt. It's like it kind of like reminds me of Ring of Kafrene from Rogue One. It's called Ord Eris, I think. So the Mantis saves you and then escapes, and then that's when you go back to Kashyyyk. Which the next part of Kashyyyk, the second level in Kashyyyk, is probably one of my favorite levels of the whole game.
Yes, very good.
And that's when you get your double jump, which the double jump makes this game so much more fun.
Like I didn't know I needed it until I got it.
Yeah,
and
like we saw it too in the trailer.
I
forgot about it. I was like, when am I getting my double jump?
Yeah, it's like Force Unleashed. Yeah. Really cool.
Not only that, but if you didn't go to Dathomir before that, which you did,
I did.
On the second time on Kashyyyk, you get your double-bladed lightsaber. And I didn't know you could get your double-bladed lightsaber on Dathomir if you go there before.
Yeah, so like...
Which is really cool.
It confused me at first because Dathomir was available, like, I don't know, maybe after Zepho or something like that.
Yeah, it's like available in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, so that was the only side, like, avenue I took.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the main objective, but I'm like, hey, I'll go to Dathomir. So I explored that a little bit. And then I found, the place where you could turn your lightsaber into a double blade. But I didn't finish Dathomir. I met the Night Sister. I just didn't finish. I went back to my ship and I went to the main objective.
Yeah.
Which was Kashyyyk. But yeah, I guess if you went there, I was able to build it.
Yeah, this mission was definitely one of my favorites because not only you got your double jump, but if you didn't get a double saber, which Double R here got it before me, I guess.
Yeah.
So you got it before me.
I must have, yeah.
Probably, well, I was probably playing the game. In the game,
you've had it, yeah.
Yeah. So and that's where you find out that Dathomir has an Astrium because Cordova said, "Oh, he didn't need it," but he mentioned Dathomir having an Astrium.
Astrium?
Astrium, I don't know. Astrium, whatever.
Okay.
It's like a ball key thing.
Yeah.
So then Cal's like, oh, gotta go to Dathomir.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's gonna leave Kashyyyk, and then that's when the Ninth Sister shows up. Also, he met Tarful too. Tarful's just like, oh yeah, go to the top of the origin tree.
Yep.
You'll get like Cordova's message.
Which is pretty fun to get up there.
That's one of my favorite parts, but then the Ninth Sister fight is really cool too.
Yeah.
Really also hard on Jedi Knight, which the boss fights.
I haven't tried that yet,
so
but
hard.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Which is crazy. It's only Jedi Knight. Like, why is it? I get it if it was Jedi Master or Grandmaster, but Jedi Knight, it was. I had like 5 or 6 stims too.
Did you watch Star Wars Explains review? He said he was stuck on a real hard,
No.
or he said he was having a hard time with one of the boss fights. He didn't say which one it was.
Oh.
But
I had trouble with like 3 of them towards the end.
it was, yeah.
It was really just the first 2, like the Bogano and Zepho with Second Sister, fine, and then the last like 3 are kind of annoying.
Yeah, I wanted to play on, or I played the story the first time around, because I basically, like, I did the same thing with Battlefront 2. Like, I wanted to play it, but I wanted to know the story more and not be taken away from that. So I played it on the easier difficulty the first time around, but obviously.
And that's what I wanted for this game, to just know the story and get to know the characters and just play it through, just to get everything in my mind. Plus, the first time you play it, you don't catch everything because you're also just like, I played it and it was like 13 hours straight for me, so I was kind of lost, and then I didn't get everything. Yeah, but I still loved it.
Yeah.
So and then you beat the Ninth Sister. We don't know if she died, because in the databanks it says the end of the Ninth Sister ? So she could still be alive. But next section will transition to like the second half of the game, which is when you go to Dathomir for the first time, like for the main objective.
Yep.
So the next section, you head to Dathomir, and that's where Cal fights the Gorgara, which is the big bat-like creature, which that part when you're free falling on the bat reminded me of Force Unleashed, the second game. Yeah. Where you're free falling on that big creature. So that reminded me of that. And you also meet the Wanderer, or the Stranger, he's called, which turns out to be Terran Malicos, a former Jedi, who crash landed on Dathomir after he survived the Purge.
And kind of went crazy.
He's got a big beard. I thought like maybe that would be like Quinlan Voss. Like it didn't look like him at all, but like when I saw like a hooded figure, I was like, oh my god, what? Because it would make sense for Dathomir. It would make
complete sense. Dark Disciple. Yeah. And his relationship with Asajj.
So I thought that was something. But then you finally get access to the tomb, and I think that's at the tomb of Kujet. Yeah. Another Zepho. And that tomb is probably the coolest one, just because it's like the cover of the art of Fallen Order, which is like the red moon. Yeah. And everything in the background.
Well, before that you meet the Night Sister also. You meet Marin, who.
That's true. Yeah.
Not really greets you, but
tells you to get off her planet.
Tells you, basically.
A bunch of Night Brothers.
You're trespassing.
Raises the dead. Dead sisters.
The zombie Night Sisters.
Yeah. And it ties into also the Night Sister, because her sisters were slaughtered in Clone Wars by Grievous. She mentions that later.
That was one of the side characters that I really dig.
Yeah.
She turned out to be, pretty cool. And we never saw like a Night Sister in that type of
no.
It was interesting. She's like one of the last, if not the last,
Night Sister.
Night Sister. And like you said, she referenced the
massacre.
The massacre when Grievous came to her planet. But she said she was a baby during that, which checks out. I think like you could sense in one of the echoes in Dathomir, you could sense her like screaming.
Oh yeah. Well, I think she's like a child, so she's probably around Cal's age, I would assume. Yeah. And then so Cal looked young in those flashbacks, but it's only 5 years ago. Yeah. So but like, say he's 18, say he was like 13 in those flashbacks, or 12 and he's 17. Yeah. That's like fair.
Still young, younger.
He grew up though, because that is the age where you grow. Yeah. Your voice gets deeper.
Yep.
So that was cool. You meet Marin, and then she's also kind of working for Malicos, because they're kind of working together. Malicos wants her to like teach him the magics of Dathomir and the Night Sisters, and he's kind of ruling the Night Brothers. Yep. But she doesn't really like him at all.
She doesn't, and she even said to Cal at one point, like, he was right about you, and Cal's like, who? Yeah. But it was cool. It's Dathomir's like you get a certain like vibe. It's like a certain. First of all, just to explore on Dathomir is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the hardest places to like for creatures. Actually, yeah.
It's
like,
yeah.
The undead Night Sisters are so easy. I chopped them.
Oh,
like,
they're easy. Yeah,
like
Night
cake.
Brothers. You know it.
Night Brothers are annoying.
It depends.
Yeah,
it depends.
then there's some big monsters on there too. But yeah, I love the landscape, but the landscape is also tricky to define because there's like the most levels in a planet.
Yeah.
And you can't get to one level like right at the start. You have to like go through this whole part to get down there.
I remember at one point before I think I entered the temple or that area, I missed one of the jumps where I was supposed to grapple on to climb or whatever, and I fell down this slide.
Oh yeah.
That I completely had to work my way back up just to get back there because there's really just one way.
Yeah, which I wish there was more shortcuts because there is like a shortcut, but it's an elevator that if it's already up, you can't go down. Yeah. Which is so weird.
And it'll tell you like shortcut unlocked, and I mean I appreciate that, but
yeah. Like those were cool.
The ones that they
didn't really have them. Yeah.
Some. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So this leads when you get to the tomb, like just Cal is not ready, so he puts his hand on the door to the tomb, and then you're taken back as your Padawan, and you're in your quarters, and you wake up, and you're going by all the clone troopers, and they're like, "Hey kid, we'll spa later," you know, like.
Yeah.
And right when that, I was like, "This is the Order 66 level." I wanted it in this game. I wasn't really sure if we would get it. I thought we would get it at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then when we saw these flashbacks were happening, I was like, "We got to be getting it."
It didn't really hit me until I was actually in that flashback, and Cal's master was like, you know, come up here, you know.
Yeah.
And he's briefed him on his mission, and then, you know, you get
the
Sheev hologram, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was like, this, it's got to be, because you're actually first interacting with the clones, and they're like, oh, one of them even says, like, just on the nose, oh yeah, I heard we're getting new orders soon.
Yep.
So we'll be
They're heading out to Megiddo, I think.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so sad. So yeah, Jaro senses it, cuts up the stormtrooper that just got the
clone trooper
orders. Yeah.
The commander. And yeah, well, yeah, he felt kind of like Yoda. He felt the
his head is like, oh my god, like kind of like Ben also during all the
yeah, as all these lives are lost.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Yeah, you know, Cal, of course, you know, imagine being like
a scared child
in something like
ship
this,
full of clones.
Exactly. T'Pol's like, yeah, we gotta split up. I'll meet you, you know, here, and you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You do, you know, go through the vents and all that. Anakin's Dark Deeds will be playing while you do that, so don't even worry about that. That's the
best part of the level. The music,
Anakin's Betrayal. One of those
they took from Order 66 is the best.
Yep.
It's the best thing because it's like, it's really hitting you. Like you know in your heart, like as a Star Wars fan, every Jedi is getting brutally murdered by Anakin and the rest of the clones.
And you're in it. You're
playing it during it.
You're on a ship.
Yeah.
But
that's how he survived. He was in a ship. He was in, like, he's crawling through a ship, and, like, that's how he survived.
Yep.
And then there was a bunch of clones at the end, and Jaro, you know, does his best to try to take him out. Cal loses his lightsaber, and he's like, Padawan, your lightsaber.
Yeah.
So that was like, oh, man, you know it's coming. And then Jaro was fighting it off, and they were trying to get in the escape pod, and he's like, Cal, go. And then Jaro gets shot, and his lightsaber gets shot, so that's how it breaks, because it was double-sided. Yep. Which we didn't know before. Like when
we didn't know that was his lightsaber.
Yeah.
He gets shot a couple times.
Well, I think he said my master gave it to me, but we weren't really sure if that was his.
Yeah.
But then when the flashbacks, you could see the hilt was the same.
Yeah.
But we didn't know, because when they released like all the trailers and footage and the posters, that second half was like shattered on the bottom. I thought it was just like a bottom.
It's kind of like split, yeah.
But it's because it was a double-sided lightsaber.
I thought at first he found it on something.
Yeah, I thought he like would find it in the Jedi Starfighter.
Exactly, that's what the launch trailer was leading at. But
his master dies in his arms, and Cal uses his like special freeze ability.
Yeah.
And then they escape in the escape pod, but his master is already dying, and his last words are "Trust only in the Force."
Yep.
Croaks. Gives his Padawan his lightsaber, and Cal is stuck in the escape pod, which was already next to Braca, because they were going to meet on Braca, But Jaro.
That's right.
Jaro, while he was escaping, set the ship to explode.
Yeah.
So it would mask their survival. Yep. So everyone thinks that they died on that ship.
Yeah.
So that's why no one looks for him on Braca.
Floating through space with my master's dead body. And my kind is being hunted.
Oh, it's so sad. It's the music made it though, and I think Cameron's portrayal as like a young kid is pretty like funny too.
Oh yeah,
he's like, yes, master. Like it's so fun. It's so cute.
Yeah. We'll rematch later, kid.
Yeah. So that takes you to like one of the best parts of the game too, is the introduction of Ilum. Well, not introduction, but in this game, you're going to Ilum to find your own Kyber crystal.
Yep.
That got me. I was like, I wanted another planet because I feel like there was only 4 planets. So I was like, I just want another planet to explore. Just at least one more, maybe 6.
Yep.
And we got that one more, and it was Ilum.
The Gathering.
And
Where...
AKA Starkiller Base.
AKA Starkiller Base, and...
this game even more confirms it.
Oh, absolutely. Especially the second time you're going to Ilum.
Yes.
Where you could clearly see the trench that's being built.
Yeah. And while you're on the planet, you see the trench. You're fighting a bunch of scout troopers with the trench, there. Like,
even though it's not confirmed, it's, pretty much confirmed.
Oh, it's
Starkiller Base is Ilum. Which, it makes sense. And I guess the Empire's been working there a while, turning into the First Order, taking over.
Just the thing that like you're experiencing these moments in Star Wars, like you're literally in the same room of the episode The Gathering in the Clone Wars, where Yoda uses the light to shed down the ice of the door, and that's literally what you have to do. Like you're at that
literally
door.
One of your puzzles.
You're in that episode. You're in that room. Oh my god, this game so cool. I love it. That's why I love Star Wars.
Cal senses
those references.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Cal senses like some echo. I don't remember the Jedi's name, but he senses like Jedi
leaving stuff or
leaving stuff or it's just going there for that. Cool. But so and there's even some underwater swimming on Ilum, like some really beautiful like landscapes and layouts.
I love that. And Seer before that, Seer tells him like the next, because he failed, like he wasn't able to beat Jaro Tapal, like in his vision, after he has the vision of Order 66, and that's how his lightsaber gets broken. So he has to go to Ilum to get another Kyber crystal to kind of create his own.
Yeah.
But it's a combination of his old master and Seer, who's technically his new master, and that's what I wanted from like Rey. I wanted like Rey, like half of Anakin's lightsaber, Luke's lightsaber to like a big double-bladed staff.
Right.
But we got this in that game.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool. Like just give me that. Like that's so cool. And she doesn't have her Kyber crystal because I was reading in the databank. She sold it to pay off Grease's debts.
Oh,
which is so cool.
Interesting.
Because I was like wondering that she has the hilt of her saber, but there's no Kyber crystal.
She's given up being a Jedi, so exactly. it makes sense.
Yeah. But she gives it to Cal to use the parts for his new saber.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. It's so cool.
It's so like he finds the Kyber crystal that supposedly is calling him.
Yeah.
And it just like cracks in his hand.
All hope is lost.
Yeah, and
then BD1 saves the day again.
Pretty much
has an emotional.
Yeah, little moment
connection.
There.
And I think because he showed Cal his last message from Cordova, saying you risked his memories.
Yeah.
For his journey.
Yep.
And that's what, and that he's like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
And then you can pick your color, which is so cool.
You can pick your color. You unlock all the colors.
You unlock all the colors.
I went to. I know you stayed on blue.
Yeah.
That's canon. And I like that. I like that your outfits, BD1, the Mantis, all that. The lightsaber colors.
You can see it in the cutscenes.
You can see it in the cutscenes.
It's so cool.
It went
with
the cutscenes.
Yeah.
So I changed mine to orange. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, because that's
pretty cool.
That's a pre-order bonus. So it
It actually it even felt a little more special because it was a pre-order.
In the beginning of the game, you can only use blue, green, or orange.
Yes.
If you pre-ordered the game. Mm-hmm. So it's really just blue and green for those who didn't. But then when you get to Ilum and when you pick your new Kyber crystal, you can choose a color, and there's pink, there's
yellow, cyan,
there's
purple,
and
green.
I think you got cyan. Yeah. So those.
But I went to orange. I kept that for the rest of the game.
There's no white or red. There's no white or red.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Absolutely.
because for it to be white, I think you have to bleed the crystal first and then reform it back. To
reverse what Ahsoka did.
The blood.
Yeah,
Yes.
she reversed the red.
So that makes sense.
Yep.
Because obviously you're not gonna have a red cover. So it's called Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. Then you have to go back to Dathomir and finish what you started. And the fight with Malicos also took me forever because he's a savage.
He is.
His double lightsabers. He throws a lightsaber one at you.
Yeah.
I love him. I love the animations of the boss fights too. Like when Second Sister's kind of taunting you, she sticks her lightsaber in the ground and kind of makes like an oval like in front of her, just for fun.
Yeah.
And they're also forcing their lightsabers around. It's like
I like that.
oh my god, I can't believe we got this.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
All that stuff is so cool.
So with the help of the Night Sister, you know, we literally bury Malicos.
Yeah. Buries him in Dathomir.
In Dathomir.
And then she joins your cause because, you know, she was mentioning that like someone came to Dathomir with a lightsaber like this and slaughtered all my sisters.
I love that relationship too.
Yeah.
The last of they're
the
both
last of the Nets.
They're both the last of their
Jedi.
kind.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know they pair up, and Marin even says that.
Yeah.
That like you know it would fit.
What's their ship name? Mercal? Calvin? Mark it here.
Yeah.
Always to the Rob podcast. Calvin is the ship between Cal Kestis and Marin, the last surviving.
That's fine. I ship it. That's alright.
Tweeting that later. Okay. So anyway, Cal finds the Astrium with Marin's help on Dathomir, and that's the key to unlock the tomb on Bogano, which has been the whole goal of this whole mission.
Yeah. Yep.
So finally, you go back to Bogano. And you go to the tomb, and that's where the holocron is. And then Cal has this trippy vision of like a future Cal Kestis, Master Kestis, teaching all these younglings.
Yeah.
And they're all being found out by the Empire.
Was amazing. The younglings, they just had like a white face or white body or whatever. Yeah. And you're kind of going through like, oh, Master Cal, this,
and
that.
the stormtroopers are popping up, and the younglings are popping up like as you progress.
Yeah. And I love the decision here. That or the fight that Cal's having with like if you train them to be Jedi or you raise this new order, they're
gonna be
destined to be hunted.
Yeah.
This isn't the right time to do it.
No, yeah.
And like he even like the trip goes into like they're being captured and like Master, I'm scared. What do we do? This, that. Like, even one of them in a torture chair.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's this one, like, transition where you're climbing up a building, and then it turns into, like, a trench while you're still climbing up, but, like, you're crawling in a trench with dead youngling bodies around you.
And the stormtroopers are hunting him.
God, that's so sick.
Yeah.
You can fall back to the trench. Like, it's so cool.
You even see Cal as an Inquisitor.
Yeah. You have to turn your lightsaber on in the dark.
Yep.
And then it's red.
And it's red.
I was like, oh, snap.
You got the Imperial pauldrons on and you're completely black.
Oh my god, and you're walking down, and then that's where you get to the Rey mirror from Last Jedi.
Yeah,
and you touch your hand, and like it is you.
Yep.
So like that mirrored that. Like that's so Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, that was awesome. Love that. And then that's when you're greeted by the second sister, who's in the tomb already.
Yep.
Trying to get the holocron, Trilla. No mask on.
Fight her again.
Yeah. It's a very brief fight.
It's a brief fight between the both of them, but it
Cal kind of like what happens is they clash sabers. Cal like shooks his lightsabers, like turns them off.
Yep.
And then she like kind of pushes through, and it kind of staggers her, like gets her off guard. And
then she's off balance.
Force pushes her,
and
then forces her lightsaber in his hand, and then that's when he's like tripping out because he has what Quinlan Voss has, which is if you touch something, you can see visions of its past, which is also the show The Dead Zone, if you haven't watched that. Also a really good show. Like, he has the same powers. You touch it, and you can feel the things in his past, which is part of the game.
All this, you sense the echo.
Sense echoes.
Is what they call it.
But she doesn't serve him there.
No. I mean, he's basically, shown Trilla's backstory from when she was told to hide with the younglings.
Yes, and the little Rodian youngling.
Oh,
man.
She was like, nah, I'm gonna go distract them, And
like, Master, don't leave us.
Trilla's like, but Trilla's like, Master, no, don't leave us. And it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Just thinking from like Seer's point of view, she So, like, she's captured, and she's tortured, and she's tortured, and she doesn't break.
Yep.
And she mentions to Cal that she didn't break until a shadowy figure,
Yeah,
or
dark
shadow.
Yeah.
Dark shadow, who instantly I'm like, oh, shit, that's Vader.
Yeah.
He
breaks her.
Yeah.
He breaks her.
So
And then she
he
gives
breaks
up
her
location.
She gives up her location, and in the flashback you see Trilla on the interrogation chair
Getting tortured.
like
Han and
like Han, but really like gut-wrenching scream.
Yeah.
And then you see Seer again in the chair, and Trilla comes out as the Inquisitor.
Seer's like, her eyes. Like,
yeah, what has she become?
Yeah.
She sees her Padawan, whom she betrayed.
Yeah. Turn to the dark side.
Turn to the dark side.
Puts on the mask.
And she embraces the dark side, and she just wrecks that whole room.
Yeah.
And like, it's from Seer's point of view. Like, you see it through her face or through her mask.
Yeah, you see
and
it
she
from
falls.
Trilla's point of view.
Yeah.
So like when Trilla puts on the mask, you
Yep.
see everything in red, and then Seer is like, no, and then
Yep.
Seer kind of uses the dark side, kills everyone in the room, breaks out of her chair, and knocks down Trilla. Trilla's not dead though.
Knocks her unconscious.
Yeah.
And she escapes.
Yeah.
Just.
And that's when she sets her off from force because she couldn't pull back from the dark side. She used it to kill like all the stormtroopers in that room.
So let's talk about that and talk about her.
I love
what
Seer and Trilla. Give me a comic of them too. Like before, like
how
oh, man.
I know. Like, this is just as I know Kylo has Ben Solo's got a pretty sad backstory. Anakin, like this goes along with that. It's heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Just a master who I get it. It's dark times. Like, you're pushed all the way. Like, you're broken.
Yeah.
They break you.
Yeah.
Vader broke her.
And they probably slaughtered all the younglings.
Exactly.
And took Trilla.
Exactly. I mean,
the Trilla feels like
I can imagine
responsible, but also blaming everything on her master because that's
Yeah.
who gave their location up and who told her to stay in that location.
perfect opportunity
Yeah.
to be an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
She's got hatred for the Jedi.
Yeah.
Her master betrayed her. It's sad, but it gives that character so much depth. It's not just this
Masked
let's make
character.
this new Inquisitor that's just
He's like a game villain
created
that
a
you'll fight
game
a
villain.
couple times.
She
actually has a backstory and a story, and it's really well done.
Yeah.
And it combines it ties in with Seer's journey, and I love Seer as like the actress. I wrote it down before, but
I don't know many of the actresses or actors and actresses, but
yeah.
Either way, you
She's so good. Like the actress is so good that plays Seer.
Yeah.
She does it so well, and like I saw the motion capture of them doing it, and it's amazing how they do that. But like when she's telling Cal,
I wanna watch that.
Yeah. Telling Cal everything about the Force we'll get there. So Bogano, what happens is,
she's able to get the holocron.
Trill forces the holocron, takes off, and Cal's stuck there, and Cal like storms the Mantis, and he's like.
She's still got her lightsaber, right? Or
No,
he's still got her lightsaber.
He's got her lightsaber, yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't have her lightsaber anymore, which she gets another one, but so anyway, Trilla escapes with the holocron. So Cal gets back on the Mantis, talks to Seer, and then that's when Seer kind of just tells him everything because Cal's seen everything.
Yep.
And Cal's also telling her about like his master, and they're kind of bonding over that. And then they're like, "We have to stop them. Like we have to go." And then Seer's like, "There's a fortress where they take Jedi, where I was taken,
where she was interrogated." Yep.
And first of all, I thought this was Mustafar.
Well, she said it's where Jedi go to die, or something along that line.
That's what Hera says.
That's what Hera said. That's what's in a lot of
fortress.
The dictionaries.
Yeah. So I thought it was going to be Vader's castle.
Yeah, yeah.
But I forgot the line in the Vader comic where we're moving the Inquisitors to a new base.
I did too.
Which is so cool.
One of the last pages on one of the issues, where the Emperor says that.
Yeah.
So.
And that's before Vader picked his world.
Yes.
Like Vader picks his world right after, so that makes sense. So we'll get to it. I guess right now.
Yeah.
So they go to Nur, which is a planet that. It looks like a red planet is next to it.
Like,
that's got to be Mustafar.
you pull it up on the holo map,
Yeah.
and it comes along with this red planet.
Yeah.
I look at the picture.
There's a couple Star Destroyers up there, reminding you of Tarkin's couple Star Destroyers.
The finale of season
Mustafar.
1 of Rebels. It would make it's next to Mustafar.
And the big beige like planet that's there is also seen in Revenge of the Sith next to Mustafar.
As Anakin his starfighter you see arriving at Mustafar, you see that planet, which you also see during the looking at the official pic of Fortress Inquisitorius is what they call it on Nur.
Yeah.
It's like a underwater, like
it's like an underwater facility.
From above the ground.
It looks big, but most of it is underwater.
Right. Well, I was gonna say it looks like the tuning fork to Vader's fortress.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is cool.
So they probably built that after Vader.
Most of it's underground. Just so it's so cut off and inescapable, basically.
Yeah. But that's got to be it. That's got to be that planet.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus,
they wouldn't put that there.
And we'll get there. We're gonna visit from a certain somebody who got there, pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah. So, okay. So, we go to
Nur.
We go to Nur.
Fortress Inquisitorius. So Jedi are back.
Yep.
Seer has her old Padawan's red double-bladed lightsaber.
Yep.
Because Cal gave it to her. Because now she's using it.
And
she's
Inquisitor's lightsaber.
You'll be with a Jedi. So Seer is a Jedi again. She's taking up the mantle again.
And she knights.
Cal. With the red saber. She turns it on. She looks at it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Rise, Jedi Knight."
Yep.
I was like, "Yes, let's go!"
Awesome. I'm like, "Oh,
I'm
one
ready.
of you guys are gonna die."
I was getting chills. Yeah, I'm getting chills right now. So he gets knighted. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Jedi Master Seer Junda, head to Nur, aka the Fortress Inquisitorius.
Infiltrate the fortress, which I love the idea of this fortress.
Oh, it's so cool.
And I love the idea of it being close to Mustafar.
Yeah.
But so you work your way through there. A lot of stormtroopers, a lot of purge troopers, a lot of scout troopers,
electro hammers and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. But you end up fighting them, and you get to this main arena that you meet the second sister again. And
that's the interrogation chamber where they.
That is the interrogation chamber.
Trilla and Seer were both tortured.
Yep. Yeah.
And that Seer escaped from.
Yep. So you fight the second sister again, and this time you're able to. Well, you beat her.
Yeah.
You beat her again.
Oh, can we talk about before we get there?
Yeah.
I just want to talk about. There's a scene during the Order 66 level with Jar DePaul you're watching him fight through a window.
Oh yeah.
And he's fighting a bunch of clones with his double-bladed blue lightsaber.
Yep.
He's just taking them out. Then there's a scene in Fortress Inquisitorius where you're also watching through a window, and it's your new master, Seer Junda, with the double-bladed red lightsaber taking out stormtroopers.
Yep.
The same way his old master did in that same shot. I love that
so great
similarity.
So great
with that.
So great.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And the choreography was just amazing. Like, she's also using a gun, too. So she's shooting, and then she throws her lightsaber, and then she, backflips over a stormtrooper and takes the lightsaber and stabs a guy, and then shoots another one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. So.
Real badass moments for, across the board in this game.
Yeah.
So, basically, Trilla's defeated. She's on her knees. And Seer's like, I have to do this. I'm confronting my Padawan.
Yeah, it's so
I failed Padawan.
Yeah, she gets on her knees, I think.
She's
does,
like, yeah.
I failed you, Trilla.
Big
oh
Luke,
my God,
Kylo vibes.
Kill me right now.
Big Luke Kylo vibes.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Anakin vibes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I failed you. She admits it, and I'm so very sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
she says something like, at first she's like, it's over, and then, or something like that, and Trilla's like, it's never over, something like that.
Yeah.
Just disgust, you can hear the anger in her voice. She's lost. She is a lost Padawan.
Oh man.
And from you hear it. You hear the breathing, and you're looking at Trilla, smoke in the background. And she doesn't even turn around. She senses it immediately, and her face says it all.
Yeah.
She knows who it is. She's got the pure,
terrified,
the actual terror on her face.
Yeah.
as before Vader even jumps down.
Yeah.
So first he's on this
That's above.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about entrances. This guy,
He makes them known.
he really does. He jumps down, and I can only imagine what's going through Trilla's mind.
Yeah.
There's like a it kind of sounds like the force choke sound.
Yeah, I think it did. And
I don't know
whether
if
it froze her or is choking her.
But it's like after that sound, like it could have like paralyzed her a little bit.
Yeah,
She's not able to move or whatever.
She's like,
yeah, that's when she starts breathing heavily and she starts getting real like panicky and emotional. Yeah. And
then he drops down.
You have
failed
failed me, Inquisitor. Perfect Vader. We hear it all the time in the comics.
It's Scott Lawrence who does it.
Yep.
Who did it in Vader Immortal, which I think he's going to be like the new Vader. Like he does it so well.
He's Jaeger, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he is.
Great job.
Yeah.
Did he do it in Battlefront 2?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think he did.
Either way, this was one of his best like Vader voices.
Yeah.
But
this moment,
Trilla
I can watch this moment so many times.
I can too. This is one of the best Vader moments, one of the best Star Wars moments, to be honest. Like this made it all for me. Not just like Vader fanboy, but like just taking everything into account.
Yeah.
Like she failed, and Vader's here to show him who's boss.
And then so after he says that, she's like, avenge us.
She's like, avenge us.
After she hears the lightsaber turn on.
Yep.
He failed me, Inquisitor. Turns on the lightsaber. Avenge us.
He cuts her down. He cuts her down as the chorus of Anakin's Dark Deeds comes on.
God. I was like, the music is making this game.
Perfect.
The music is making this game. I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. And she drops down. He kills her with one swipe of his lightsaber.
He kills her. Seer rushes up and I'm going to call it just flicks.
Yeah.
He flicks her off of the platform.
It reminded me of Superman and Batman v Superman. Superman just flicking Batman. Just reminded me of that.
So
flicks
great.
Flicks her down in the hole. We don't know if she's dead or not.
So great. I'm like, is this how she just went out?
Surrender the holocron.
No, not yet.
Okay.
It was,
oh yeah, that's
he says it to Seer later.
Yeah, he says it to Seer.
No, he said it would be wise for you to surrender or something like that.
And Cal's like, probably.
Yeah.
But he's not going
Cal's
to.
like, you're smart figuring out.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if I think he gets like a clash or two off, and then Vader puts, or force chokes him.
It depends how you go at him.
It does depend how you go at him.
Sometimes you get a couple of clashes, he just blocks
I've seen some gameplay, somebody just like, they run out, and they try to force him off the platform, and he just eats that force. Yeah.
So he forces you, kind of holds you, and then force chokes you up.
Yep.
And brings you in, and then the camera kind of pans, and you see that like generator up there, and you force pull that, like Force Unleashed, just channeling in that scene, and Vader's just pushing it back.
He doesn't even turn around.
No,
he's force choking you, and he just puts his arm out and stops it, and then
Vader
throws.
Can force choke me any day.
Oh my God, he throws. Talk about badass moment. This is insane. He throws Cal back, and then he throws the generator at him, which hops over him.
Yeah.
And
the door's about to shut.
The door's about to shut.
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, Cal's gonna get away easily.
Yeah.
Nope. He forces the door open, and then, as if like that wasn't enough, he's forcing up the platform of the walkway, just pieces at Cal.
Yep.
Like a savage.
Yep.
And then the camera turns around. And it's like, okay, you're not gonna fight Vader. You're gonna run away from
turn
Vader.
around, which is the smart move.
And while the music is playing, and the music is just epic. It's that theme from.
So you're trying to like get across where you came from. Meanwhile, Vader's taking the floor out from under your feet.
So you're like literally
dropping stormtroopers.
Jumping. Yep, he's killing his own stormtroopers. Just jumping, and then you get in the elevator.
Yeah. And we learn we get to witness like what it's like being chased by this freaking by Vader.
So cool.
Terrifying.
It's so cool. Then you finally get in the elevator and you turn on the thing and you look over and he's right there.
You look over and he's Slenderman. He's right there, and the door closes.
The door.
Yeah.
And then, but you still get it goes up, so you get away.
Yep. And then that's where I'm like, okay, maybe this is the end. Maybe that.
Yeah.
And then
nope.
Yeah.
Pulls an Empire Strikes Back on you.
Yep.
So then you get to the door and you open it and he's right there to greet you.
Yeah.
And he slams down and you block a couple strikes and you're blocking him. He's pushing down, and then BD1 the savior of the day,
Yeah.
electrocutes Vader
In the neck.
in the neck. And then
Saves
Vader's
Cal.
like, nope. Grabs the droid by the neck.
I thought he was going to crush him.
I
I'm
thought,
like,
it was, oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, grabs him, throws him off, and I don't know if Cal's fallen at that
I
point.
think that's when you're supposed to press, well, at least for PS4, square, and that's when you stab Vader, and that's when his
yes.
chest is kind of like fiery.
Yes, and that's where he throws you
And
off.
he throws you.
You're laying on the ground, and he forces the hilt and ignites the saber into your side.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's like, surrender the holocron.
Yeah. And that's when a spinning double-bladed lightsaber comes out of the darkness.
Which again, he senses and he turns around and blocks it.
Slashes it away, and it's Seer double jumping, flipping, catching the lightsaber again, and then fighting Vader in like an intense like battle, which is so awesome. He's using
where he's one-handed the whole time. Let me just mention that.
Yes, I was about to say that. He's one-handed the whole time, and then just smacks her face.
Yeah,
like 10 feet away.
Yeah,
just launches her, and she is back there with Cal.
Yep.
And then that's when she's like, okay, I gotta go full dark side now.
Yeah. He's like, I sense the dark side. He's like, you would have made an excellent Inquisitor.
Yeah. And she's like channeling the dark side.
Yep.
She's forcing him down, and he's literally brought him down to his knees.
One knee.
Yeah, whatever.
He drops him.
Okay, Vader. One knee. Let's get the facts straight.
Listen, if we're bringing down the whole game, we're gonna get this scene right. Yeah. She drops him down to one knee. Yeah. Both his hands are at his side, and he's like, embracing the dark side, or something unknown. Yeah. And Cal's like, no, she's better than that. Yeah. And she's basically crushing him.
Yeah.
But he's,
she's also. It would be at risk for her going too dark.
Going too dark, but I'm pretty sure he would have probably fought out of it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so she not gives in, but she lets go.
It's the wrong thing.
Realizes
she's looking
it's
at
the
her
wrong
hands,
thing. Yeah.
like, wow. And that's when time for me to strike.
Yeah.
He strikes out, and then she conducts a force field, which is kind of like Kanan from Rebels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool. We've never really seen that.
I know.
Like a ball force field.
Ray shields. Wait a minute, we're smarter than this.
Anakin, do you have a plan B?
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes his lightsaber and he stabs through it.
He takes his lightsaber and he stabs through it, and it's going through it.
It's going through.
Yeah, that's when...
That's in Cal Saves the Day.
Cal saves the day. Breaks the tube that they're in.
Yep.
Water flows in. Vader pulls the cannon and holds back the water.
Yep, holds back the water.
And that's...
Seer and
Seer and Cal escape.
With BD-1. BD-1 is alive.
But they're deep. They're down
deep
there.
Underwater. Yeah.
Cal gives Seer the breather.
Yeah. But then he lets go of her because he's losing oxygen.
Yep.
And they are both falling, and then that's when Marin, the Night Sister, comes in.
Comes and saves the day.
Really, that's the only person that could sell them. That saved them.
Yeah.
Because she's a Night Sister, she can do that magic stuff.
That's true.
She saves them, and they survive Vader's wrath.
Barely.
Barely, yeah.
And that's the last you see of Vader. And so they decide to destroy, or basically Cal decides to destroy the holocron, not put these children at risk.
Yeah.
And they live. They live through this game.
Yeah. All of them. Except for Trilla.
Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi.
Live through this game. Now with Vader, he knows there's 2 more Jedi.
Yeah.
That are now out and about.
Which, is there going to be a sequel? Because they didn't confirm the Ninth Sister's death. So if they do make a sequel, she'll be in it.
And I was talking to you about this. There's a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's 5 years after Sith.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time. I think...
I just don't want them going too far down the line.
Okay.
If they are going to die...
Yeah.
They better die soon.
Yeah, I know. Well...
Because,
how far is too far?
Well, I just want to know because Seer kind of looks at Cal when he's destroying the holocron. Seer's been on this mission for that the whole time.
Yeah.
She's fine with it, I guess, because she doesn't say anything. But
she understands it, but
what's the plan now? There's no Jedi Order anymore.
Exactly.
So that's what I want to kind of see happen, and if they do make a next game, in the next game, what are they gonna do? Is the plan just well, we can't beat him. It's hopeless. We finally met him, and we're like, nah, okay.
I know.
So, what's that gonna be like?
Yeah, I have no idea what the sequel would even be.
And we deserve to know like the end of like those characters.
Yeah.
Because they are Jedi, and technically they're supposed to die. Luke is the last Jedi.
At some
New
point,
Hope, really.
die or be sent through
hyperspace
by Purgles,
unseen or unheard of for the next 4 years.
Basically, just erased from the picture.
Yeah. So.
And I have no doubt that they will at some point.
Yeah.
But it's
it
just
can't
how.
be like in a comic or like a
No.
Because it's a big game, like, and especially it's getting very like positive reviews.
Yes, it's doing good.
So I think they can make a sequel.
They can.
Even another one. Who knows? It could be a trilogy. And that's why I think they started with the title of Star Wars Jedi.
Yeah.
Because that subtitle is there for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not like just Star Wars Fallen Order. It's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi something else for a sequel, you know? Because that's what they did with the old Star Wars Jedi games.
Hell, just make it a Disney Plus show. Cameron Monaghan would be so down for that.
Oh, man.
Just imagine.
Man. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah.
But it's weird because then, like, if you're not a gamer but you want to watch the show, you'd have to play the game.
Which is
unless
still...
they just flash back
But
to
still,
that.
that's great. That's great marketing for the game.
Yeah, but it is, but, like, there's only so many people who like playing video games, you know?
I'm just thinking, the possibilities
of
what could happen, you know?
But, it would be cool. But I think if they do continue the story, it's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
Especially because they could do so much more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And they did so much in this game already. And so that's the story. We love the story. Other comments on, like, the gameplay aspects, really? Anything like that?
I mean, I pretty much said it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the gameplay. All the powers that Cal was able to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, like, you were able to wield the lightsaber from the start.
Yep.
All these side characters.
They all shined, really.
They all shined. I really, I felt the closest to Trilla and Marin and Cal and Seer and even Grease at a couple points.
Yeah. Because Grease was, like, getting emotional, too. With Cal.
He's got, like, a family.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was a loner, and then he
Yeah.
met Seer and Cal. It kind of
exactly.
drove him off that gambling addiction path.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So
and even Malicos too. He's a cool character.
Yeah. I enjoyed that. Seeing the Purge Troopers were cool. To see them in action, even the Ninth Sister.
Yeah.
And all these connections to Charles Soule's comic, who is where we were first introduced to the Second Sister. Yeah. She didn't say anything, but she was just there.
Yeah. Because they made her for the game, but, like, they knew that.
Yep.
So then he just put her in.
Yep.
But I think the Ninth Sister is his character.
Maybe.
I think that I heard that.
It
somewhere.
might be. Oh, the Ninth Sister. Yeah,
the
Ninth Sister. I'm pretty sure is. And he probably just.
I don't remember though.
They're probably just like, we'll add her in the game too.
Yeah.
But the Second Sister was made for the game.
Really cool. Yeah.
But yeah, just
definitely worth the purchase.
Definitely worth the purchase.
Like the game is like it took us like 15 hours maybe to complete the story.
Yeah.
But there's 4 difficulties, so if you want to like really get yourself into the story and just enjoy and have fun, like it's addicting to play the game. Like even if you play it 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
I've beaten campaign twice, and I've 100%ed the game in my first save. I've gotten all the collectibles and stuff. It's just fun to look around and explore the planets.
Yeah, I like the free roam at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how that was going to be possible.
Even though the
Cal
free roam at the end, it still would have been possible if he died because it takes place before they go to Nur. Like all of that stuff.
Oh.
It says it.
The free roam does.
The free roam does everything. It says.
Oh, that's good.
All this takes place before Forges Inquisitorius.
That makes sense.
But, you can't play that level again.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like you should just play that level again. Who wouldn't want to play that level again?
Oh, absolutely. But
how
are you going to explore Nur, though?
No, I mean, like, if you click that, you could just play the level again.
Just keep playing the level.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. I know. Now I have to resort to beating the game again or just watching it online.
Yeah.
But
I saved my captures. I have a bunch of PS4 captures of,
Yeah.
of that last scene.
awesome.
Avenge us.
Yeah, I just took snapshots of, like the pic I sent you. I just took snapshots of
Yeah.
the video I watched online.
Yeah.
Of-
Yeah, same. I was just recording videos of me just taking down stormtroopers left and right
Yep.
with my different color lightsabers.
Yep.
It's really cool. I just
It's-
love everything about it, really.
It's got something for everybody, and
Yeah.
it man, it started off this Star Wars overload for the end of 2019
Oh, yeah.
real strong.
Yep, and then we got the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker TV spot, which I don't even want to talk about
My
because
God. We got the Rise of Skywalker, they call it End, or The End,
yeah,
TV spot yesterday. We got character posters this morning.
yeah,
And we got Entertainment Weekly, or just Entertainment, I don't even know.
the posters for the
posters
all
for
the
sequel
movies.
trilogy, original trilogy, and prequel trilogy.
Anakin looking like a boss. As
Anakin
always.
looking like a boss, even though they cut
Kylo
out half
looking
of
like a
their
boss.
half of his cloak,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
so it didn't
Yeah, if it sheathed or
block.
something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. But yeah, we are. It's overload.
Yeah.
I wasn't even expecting a TV spot or anything really, or just to have that much like footage.
Yeah.
We're not going to break it down, but it's kind of like extended scenes that we've
Yeah.
seen shots of.
Plus, you'll find it on Twitter. You'll see it everywhere on
Plus,
Twitter.
yeah, you'll find it.
I tried to
anywhere.
avoid it, but it's inevitable.
There's no.
We'll be going dark soon. On
I was
internet.
about to say,
This is going to be one of our final episodes before episode 9. I feel like
yeah,
maybe a couple more. Maybe
yeah.
Mandalorian mid-season or something. But
I don't.
I'm not going to surf Twitter every
No,
single my life.
When do you want to get off? Like, I don't know.
Soon. I mean, it's a month away.
When does it start hitting
Um,
the early screenings? That's when I have to.
Well, that's December 17th is the premiere. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very close. Which is
It's
they
going to
did
be
that for a
far
reason.
before then.
Yeah.
That I'm probably the end of November, maybe the start of December.
Yeah, I kind of just want to just
That
get rid of it.
I'll be off Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I don't
So
want.
if I'll just post stuff of our podcast,
Yeah.
on Twitter, just to, if we make another episode.
Yep. Yep.
Um, Definitely talk about the Mandalorian sometime. But in conclusion, Jedi Fallen Order, awesome addition to the Star Wars canon universe.
So happy. It's worth it.
Respawn did a good job. There's some glitches in the game, bugs in the game, but hopefully they fix those. There's a patch coming out next week. You fall a lot, but
If
you
you're-
respawn. It is a hard game.
It is a hard game.
You have to learn. You have to play, but it's cool because it is the thoughtful combat is
Yes.
like a Jedi.
Yeah.
You're not just hacking and slashing like a Sith. You're defending yourself like a Jedi.
Yes.
So
And
it makes sense.
If you're a Star Wars fan and you're not a video game fan, it's a great story. Just watch it online.
Yeah, you go watch it
Watch
online.
the cutscenes online.
Listen to our podcast.
Great characters. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean.
Or play it because like, it's fun using a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Slicing
I mean,
those stormtroopers.
I get it. Times are tough. You know, games are expensive, but
Yeah. Every game is gonna be $60.
I'm not much of a I don't buy games left and right.
Yeah, I just buy Star Wars things.
Just Star Wars games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just buy
I
Star Wars
have 2 games downloaded on my Xbox: Battlefront 2 and Jedi Fallen Order.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, GTA is on the back burner.
Yeah.
It's because I got a new Xbox and
Okay, yeah, you gotta download it. Yeah,
I didn't transfer all my games over, so I
I'm just waiting
downloaded
for,
Battlefront 2. That was priorities.
the Skywalker Saga Lego game coming out next year.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait for that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's my hype train too.
That's not gonna be till December of next year, to be honest. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, that far. There's no way.
Really?
Really? I think it was summer because Force
Maybe I'm
Awakens
thinking
game came out summer.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Either way.
Either way, solid episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Our geeking out about Darth Vader's appearance at the end.
Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't think he was going to be in the game.
I didn't either. We even talked about it on one of our podcasts.
We were
That, like,
nah, he's not gonna
if anything, the Grand Inquisitor.
yeah, and we got a reference to him.
We did get a reference to it.
That's about it.
Yeah. But yeah.
But I take Vader over that
Oh my
Palin
God.
over any day.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's I think that does it for us today. Follow us on Twitter at always2there1. Follow us on YouTube at always2there are. Follow us on Instagram at Vader Contagion. We'll keep in touch. At least try to. Maybe we'll probably go in dark soon for episode 9. But definitely, if you don't have Jedi Fallen Order, buy it, play it, enjoy it, and hope to see you guys soon. Peace.